So, welcome to Michigan Mud Mechanic, where I make all the mistakes so you don't have to. Yeah, what are we doing here? I think we can get something out of it. The price was right. I mean, the trailer is worth what I paid for it. So we're good there. If the trailer isn't worth what I paid for it, if I get this guy here running, then this Mercury 1250 125, this guy will definitely be worth it. Seats are completely gone though. It's going to need a complete new upholstery. And I don't know if I can get the gel coat back. It's an 84. I really don't know what they call these things either, because it's not a V-bow, whatever they call it. I'll have to patch up a little bit of fiberglass too. There's snaps, so there's cover. Wonder if that was a custom made cover. Either way, I live in a boating community. We're less than a mile away from Lake Michigan, and there's a lot of rivers to dock off from around here too. I have to figure out what all that is about. But, well, what can I say? We bought a boat, and it is trashed. So, nothing I can do on it today. Getting late. I've got a job to go to. So we'll get into it more tomorrow. I might get up here and pull some of this stuff out. Just kind of, maybe I'll wait so we can record it all. Floor's a little soft in the front, but I do believe that it's a fiberglass floor with some wood over the top of it. If not, we replace the wood. Alright guys, so I wanted to bring you with me when I took the carpet and the seats and everything out of the boat, but I have a 6-year-old daughter and she wanted to play pirate. So anyway, we got the seats and everything out, we got the carpet out, we found the floor is bad in the front, which means that this whole floor will have to come out. Yeah. It's like they didn't put enough fiberglass over it, and it just seeped through. And once that foam's wet, then it's never going to come out. It's really windy. Hope you can hear me. I found a whole bunch of props in this boat. We got a good stainless steel one there. Yeah, it's really windy, it's gloomy, we've got a storm coming, so I can't really bring some power out here and start cutting the floor out yet. Hopefully tomorrow. I want to make sure the wood in the floor, or basically the wood under the floor, this seems very solid. But if it's been wet, then I might as well go ahead and replace it. I'll be cutting it all out. I'm going to try to slide a new board in just by holding this up so I don't have to detach both halves. And if that wood is all that bad, then I'll guarantee you that whatever they call that board on the back is going to need to be replaced too. So we'll be taking all this out. Climb out of here. I'm pretty sure that this boat was completely full of water and then probably froze a few times, which is horrible on that foam as well. But I believe the axle's got a bow to it, which tells me that this boat has been super heavy. In other words, full of water and snow. So I want to replace all the buoyancy foam in there then anyway. And it's just a few sheets of plywood and, whatever. I'm just hoping the wood, I don't know what the hell they call those things. I'm just hoping the main support wood that's under the floor is okay. and if not, at least have a pattern to be able to fix it and replace it. But at one time, I believe this thing had a different motor on it or something, and it ate into the back there that we'll have to refiberglass. But that getting wet right there is not coming out of the drain hole. It's coming out of the boat. So this back piece of wood will have to come out from the inside and be replaced. The motor will have to come off. I don't think it's getting spark. It turns over great. I pumped it and it got gas to the carburetors. I might need some fuel pumps. They don't look the greatest. Alright guys, this is where we're at so far. It's been raining on and off a little bit today, so I haven't been able to just set up a camera. I've been just taking the flotation foam out. It is completely drenched. There's probably close to 1,000 pounds of probably water in this foam, you know, when you put the whole floor together. So the whole floor has got to come out. I'm going to replace all the wood. I'm going to try to not have to separate the top from the bottom. I think I'll be able to slide the stuff under there just fine. So we cut everything out all the way up to the front, and we'll get all the foam out of there because it is all wet all the way up. And I'm cutting it out in a way of where I still have the design as a pattern for the new wood. So that much I want to make sure I keep this blueprint so I know, so it's easier. And somebody has done this before the wrong way. Obviously they didn't replace anything but, you know, the floor on top. So we'll replace it all. And I'm trying to remember what the hell that board in the back that holds the motor is called. We'll definitely replace that too, because if we got it all tore out, don't do it halfway. We'll get it all done. I must hurry. Winter's coming. I don't have room here to do this stuff. So this boat will have to get parked somewhere else through the winter. So I want to make sure I get at least the floor in it, and we can set up a cover so it doesn't ever get wet again. But we'll be back out here tomorrow. Alright, it's the next day here. Really hot out today. I've gotten in here and I cut that little peak out there, and that whole runner along the side don't have flotation foam in it. Should I say doesn't have it? See all the water in it? This boat is just full of water. So I'll be picking that out there, and then we'll be coming over to this side and we'll get down in here if I can. Hanging out of the camera wrong. There we go. So I'll have to cut out that little peak there. The sun really messes with the camera, doesn't it? And then we'll have to pick out all this flotation foam here as well. But we're getting there. It's taking a little extra time because I don't want to separate the halves. I don't want to take this top off. So once I get this open bow section done here, then it's going to be hopefully fairly easy to get the rest of the float. Look at all this mess. So I'm going to get just on this side of the steering wheel all the way across, and we'll get all that cleaned out first, and we'll get all this mess cleaned up and out of here, and we'll move on to the next section, which will probably take me all the way to that back wall right there, and then we'll start pulling gas tank out, pump, motor, battery box, yep, and then we'll start getting some wood to replace the stringers. I mean, this stuff is mush. So this is how bad this boat was. This is all pretty much covered, but that foam was wet all the way up to the peak. This board is like just mush. I got it sitting here drying out. Goes right in the front. So we'll get that cut out. We'll get all cleaned up. And then once that's done, I'll bring you out here for pulling up the rest of this floor. Alright guys, we're back here. Got it all tore out now. No more flotation foam in the front here. Still needs a wet dry vac and probably power wash it. So my whole plan, I think what I'm going to do anyway, at this point, my plans do change often, is I'm going to cut along here to replace these stringers, and I believe that that'll be easy enough to still have the pattern. I should be able to get these out in one piece, so I'll have a pattern, and then I just replace all of this wood, then we'll replace all of the flotation foam. I left that lip. Normally I'd probably grind it down, but I'm going to use it as a pattern. That lip I'll use as a pattern to recut my wood out and stuff. Once I get rid of this, then I'll set the camera up back there and cut this out, and we'll do like a time lapse of undigging it all. Alright guys, so that's pretty much my introduction to this new project. It's going to be a lot of work. I've never done a boat or know anything really about boats too much, so I'll be learning as I go. That's what I do enjoy so much, is learning as I go. We'll work on this motor. The motor will come off the boat, and I'm definitely going to be replacing all this wood back here too. So once we get the boat cleaned out, I'll bring you in there. Now that I'm done with the open bow section, it's so small up there. I don't know how the recording would have even been if I tried to do it. So if you like what I'm bringing you so far, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.